So I know the name of a philosopher and I want to do research. So I want the more advanced strategies. So what we have here is two databases. If you saw that upper video, these are things that the library subscribes to that are very focused. And then the general catalog. And then here's a suggestion that you can try tips in, but I'm not going to show you. That's something you can dig in yourself. So let's go into Philosopher's Index. If I know the name of a philosopher and I'm in a philosophy database, it's written for, by philosophy professors, philosophers, and things like that. And it's like this scholarly article commentary. It's really great. Let's go to advanced search. If you type in the name of a philosopher, I'll do Foucault. Then you find everything that has Foucault's name in the title, the abstract, and the keywords or things like that. If you want to, you can go back and say, no, I only want Foucault to be in the title. So it's like the most important part of the article. It's an article about, or it has to have Foucault in the name. So that narrows it by a half. Let's modify the search one more time. If we do Foucault and journalism, we don't have to put in that this is ethics or morals or values or truth or disinformation or any of those things, because we're already in a philosophy database, right? So I could just put in Foucault in the title. That's bold. I'm going to do anywhere. If you find too few, you might have to back out to anywhere. So Foucault and journalism. Hey, there's 6. 1 in Spanish, 2 in Spanish. Social hope, neo-colonialism, culture and Mexican transition. This is cool. Foucault thought after journalism information, the purpose of this article. Oh, that's tantalizing, isn't it? If you find one that's interesting, that's a good way to tell if it's one that you're going to pick. And you can see what's going on. There's a lot of stuff in here, so read carefully. If it's not something that's interesting, move on to another article. But I'm happy to help negotiate those things. There's a citation generator that's sometimes right. You don't put in the easy proxy URL, just this stuff up here, but it wants a document object identifier. If you want help with APA style, I'm happy to help with that too. Okay, let's go into the library catalog. So this is another one I recommend trying. I'm going to go to the library catalog, advanced search. So the advanced search, if you're just at the library homepage, it's this right here. So let's look up W.E.B. So in this one, so W.E.B. Du Bois does not show up in the Philosopher's Index a lot because W.E.B. did not self-identify as a philosopher. He was working with sociology, history, journalism, and things like that, and civil rights and activism, but maybe not always philosophy. That doesn't mean that they weren't a thinker and they transformed society around them. So let's look for W.E.B. Let me show you another trick is if you put something in quotes, it'll stick all the words in between the quotes together. This one probably wouldn't have had a problem, but if you did civil rights in quotes, civil rights, then it will keep civil rights together instead of civil up here in the abstract and rights maybe down here. It helps stick those things together, just as if you were quoting somebody. And of course, there's going to be a lot of different things in here. So you might have to do some gleaning and figuring out what's going on. Let me show you an ebook when I talk about gleaning. W.B. Du Bois and journalism. And I'm going to sort just to books. There's a lot of philosophy in books. And I found this great title, Under the Sun, A Black Journalist's Journey. We don't know if this is quite on our topic, so we're still kind of figuring it out, but we can count on the fact that we know the name of our thinker is in here somewhere. Or there's an egregious cataloging error. One of the two. Okay, let me in. Sometimes my cookies go bad. No, I don't want to start dictation. Thank you very much. Ebooks are easy to get access to. You just have to make sure that you're logged in to the library. I'm already logged in, so it didn't do that. It will show you some of that metadata, so the title, the picture of the cover. There's a citation generator. But if you go down, sometimes there'll be a yellow bar here. If you're logged in, there won't be. but you can see the list of databases or just a single place that this appears in. If you ever see something that says you can't get access to this, just write to me. But I'm going to go to the ebook interface. And then, instead of reading the whole book, which sounds time-consuming, I'm just going to search for the keyword Dubois. When I'm in there, some of these ebook vendors, not all of them, are really good about searching, and so you don't have to read it, but you can see where Dubois shows up. So I'm going to look at Life in the Backyard, or the Brickyard. And once you have a PDF, you can do Command F or Control F and search for Dubois again. And so this is where you're gleaning. This is not necessarily reading or consuming the book. You're just skimming and looking for these main points that you were looking for. If you found something that was really rich and descriptive and is exactly what you're looking for, then you would engage with this whole chapter, right? Isn't that cool? Ebooks are just like this miracle still. Is that everything I got? Okay, that's everything for this video.